Villages,
It
behind
was.
the Toyota dealership, yes.
Why was that your
George
idea?
Clooney opted out of our living accommodations, didn't he now? He's so important. But the rest of us, oh, also John didn't join us. But you know, I understand that.
It was right there by the
Yeah,
Chili's.
yeah, he lived where we had rushes, so that was a bad thing too.
I have a question for Abigail. Abigail, Jean is somebody who is probably getting the worst of it. Her parents their marriage is ending. Her grandfather has died. She has this creepy guy at the end making inappropriate advances. I'm sorry. We have this creepy character played by this guy at the end making inappropriate advances on her. I'm curious about reading that part and about your interest in playing Jean and what's going through her life at this, and she's going through adolescence. Everything on top of everything.
Right. I read it, and I kind of immediately felt really attached to her for some reason. And I think it's because, I'm 17, so I wasn't 14 that long ago. And so I kind of know that age is like a really weird age because you're not really like a kid, but you're not really accepted as being a teenager yet. So it's kind of complicated. And she does have a lot going on because she's trying to be this, act like she doesn't care about anything and kind of just like, ugh, I don't want to be here. And she's really tough, but she's not really at all. And she's kind of just very, that's how I read it. And I think towards the end is when she's kind of realizing that, oh my God, I don't want to become like any of these people at all. And so it's kind of, there's a little bit of hope for her that she could maybe be slightly normal.
As opposed to everybody else.
Yeah.
Juliet, there's a line your character has toward the end of the movie as well. I'm not proud of things you'll never know about. Are those things that you want to know about as an actor, about what those things are that you're not proud about, or is it important to know?
I don't, let's see, that would be more of an intellectual approach. I guess some people write diaries or backstories. I liken it to channeling. No, I'm just kidding, but kind of not kidding, but but no, I feel like this, when I first read this script, I immediately understood, my heart just swelled, and I completely understood everything about Karen. And so what one is not proud of is all relative. What she's not proud of could be nothing to somebody else. And then, so people's pain is so individual. But I feel like as an actor, to be in touch with all those emotions of shame, anger, your lust, your joy, those are sort of like your watercolors. And I don't know, I have to validate Tracy and John while we're here because, first of all, John gave us this beautiful environment to pour out what we needed to create these roles. And he was very consistent as a temperament, like really lovely and easy to work with and perform with. He gave us a rehearsal period, which is really a luxury on film these days. And then Tracy lets his writing, I just was so floored, because you've seen the state of cinema today. It's so this is something that comes maybe once in a while, but his characters are written so strong. They just leap off the page. I don't know what your question was, but
You've answered it.
I understood Karen, and her illusion and the denial and all those things. I'm always struggling between being a realist or an idealist, or somebody said you could be both, but it depends. But anyway.